So, another day, another video. Actually, it's running right now on the computer. It is doing the compression, it's exporting it to a file that I can upload to YouTube. 2 down, 28 to go. So, this is something funny because when I was thinking about how I want to do videos, first of all, I'm not sure if I should be writing scripts because I feel like if I do that and I'm reading the script, it comes across as somewhat robotic. It doesn't sound as natural, but at the same time, it's like when I'm watching these videos and I'm editing and deleting a lot. I seem to talk a lot. I ramble a lot, and part of that's because I'm trying not to use scripts, so I sound more natural. But at the same time, when I'm not sounding natural, I feel like I sound more natural doing these videos than I do for the game, which is bad. So gotta figure out how to fix that. But yeah, so when I'm writing these when I'm doing these videos, it seems not as good as these videos, which I don't like. But I can't decide if I should be scripting or just maybe bullet pointing to make sure I cover the things. But I know that I have a tendency to ramble on because I want to make sure I cover everything. But at the same time, it's like a review isn't necessarily a how to play video where you need to cover everything. You just want to cover the main points so people get the gist of what the game is. And I found myself going back and deleting all these little minor things that you don't necessarily need to know when you're watching a review. Just so hopefully that'll show in the final product. Also, I noticed that so something that I wanted to do is I wanted to improve the quality of the videos, and now I'm starting to understand why people don't bother with improving the quality of the videos, especially if they're on a time crunch, because it's hard. it takes a long time to come up with. I never made fun of people, but I just think it's like, wow, this could be so much better if you don't see their hands pointing at different things. So when you watch this video, you're gonna laugh because that's exactly what I did. I'm like, okay, well, here's all the different resources pointing, and I feel like you can really increase the technical level and just the quality. Like if you watch certain reviewers, they spend a lot of time on their videos, and it really shows. Props out to Shut Up and Sit Down, Actual Lol, no pun intended. A lot of the English guys, a lot of the English folks are really good at this stuff. Whereas we've got people here that just put out a lot of content, and I guess I don't think they have the time or the manpower to really fine tune their videos. Like if you watch a lot of this stuff on Dice Tower, if you want to find a game, it's going to be on Dice Tower. Whereas a lot of the people that I previously mentioned, they don't have as many reviews, just because I believe it has to do with how long it takes to make each of these videos for them, because it takes a long time, especially with some of the creative stuff like Shut Up and Sit Down and Actual Lol. And no pun intended, they all do little skits and things like that. Also look at Rodney Smith from Watch It Played. If you want to learn how to make a video on how to teach someone how to play a game, that's the guy to watch. I also like The Rules Girl. Her videos are fantastic, but I did get to talk to one of her designers, one of the editing guys at Dice Tower West, and he's a super nice guy. But it takes a very, very long time, especially even if you know what you're doing, the time it takes to do all the animation and the graphics and things of that nature for that type of video, it just takes a long time. So I'm curious now, thinking I feel like this is still a good thing to do. I think it's going to give me a lot of content. It'll give me a lot of feedback on my presentation, hopefully, and also just give me some things to work on. But this isn't something I want to do long term. I think it's great for this challenge just to kind of get me motivated and get me moving. But long term, I'd rather take more time with some of these reviews and make them as close to what I consider to be perfect as possible versus just bulk throw stuff out there. I'd rather have 4 good reviews in a month versus 20 in a month that are just, they feel rushed. So that's my lessons for the day. I don't think I had any glitches as far as sound goes. I didn't have to re-record anything that I didn't want to. There's a couple things I re-recorded maybe once or twice for this video. Not super happy with the way some things came out in the, I tried to do some other stuff. I took pictures of everything and I was going to try and move it around and have it do really cool stuff. But that just takes time to make it look good. So that's why I went to the old pointing the finger at the bits and pieces of the game. And then I noticed some things weren't in frame, so I did kind of recover it a little bit. I rambled on, I edited, I probably shot about 20 minutes worth of footage, and I think the final countdown is to, the final countdown, I think the final count is down to about 7 minutes. So I edited a lot of stuff out. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. These little sessions are not going to be edited. So these are just little things, like I said, for myself primarily. But if someone is trying to get into making videos about board games or just making videos in general, this might be something to look at if you're really bored and you have nothing better to do. So that's the way it is. As of right now, it is 10:30 at night. As soon as this video gets done exporting, I have to upload it, and the estimated file size I think is a gigabyte, so it's going to take a little while. But I will make sure it gets published before I go to bed so I don't get yelled at tomorrow for not having a video published today. Sorry about that. RIP. All right. Got some other ideas besides just doing reviews. I'll share those with you as the month goes on. Thanks for watching, and have a good week, my friends. Goodbye. Good night.